One on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one pen can change the world. Students, don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have three loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first two loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students, don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a
Good evening, everybody. Could you please confirm if I'm audible? Just put a yes in the chat box if I'm audible. All right, thank you. Thank you once again for registering and attending this 7-day online faculty development program on digital pedagogy, ICT and AI assisted teaching in line with OBE and NEP. This is being organized by the Internal Quality Assurance IQAC of St. James College of Nursing and St. James College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Chalakudy, in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council, the KSHEC. Today, we would like to welcome Dr. Sunil Job KA, MSc, MEd, MPhil, PhD, RCE, Associate Professor and Director, Educational Research and Development, Marine College, Kuttikanam, Autonomous. Dr. Sunil Job KA will be the resource person for today. And we would like to welcome all the FTP participants of today. Now, about this FTP, this is a 7-day FTP program with live sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is actually our second day of the FTP. In case you are not able to attend any of the live sessions, the recordings of it will be available in the LMS for the paid participants. All the participants who have made the payment will receive the LMS DQ learning access, the video recordings for all the days, and also the participation certificate. Also, the participants will receive the question paper.ai registration email as well. If any of you are yet to make the payment, you can make the payment of rupees 450 to St. James Hospital account details that I will shortly put in the chat. LMS has hands-on activities that are to be completed along with the FTP. Now, if any of you are facing any trouble with the WebEx, you can use the YouTube live streaming link, the link which I'll put in the chat now. Now, my name is Sujin Jacob George. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSA Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, coming on to today's technical session. Today's technical session will be delivered by Dr. Sunil Job KA, MSc, MPhil, PhD, RCE, Associate Professor and Director, Educational Research and Development, Marine College, Kuttikanam, Autonomous. The topic that Dr. Sunil Job KA will discuss will be digital pedagogy and Moodle. Now, Dr. Sunil Job has 30 plus years of experience in teaching and 10 plus years in corporate consultancy. He holds a PhD in mathematical education and has been an associate professor at MG University, College of Teacher Education from 1999. He has started his career as associate professor at Carmelo Rani Training College, Kollam. He has served as visiting team member of NCTE for grant of recognition and as a resource person for the Affiliation Renewal Committee of MG University. He's an active blogger in cutting-edge technologies in IT, education, and data science. Dr. Job has published many articles in national journals and authored many academic books and a reference manual in mathematics. He has served as resource person for a number of faculty development programs in outcome-based education, data science, e-learning, etc. Currently, he is serving as the Associate Professor and Director, Educational Research and Development, Marine College, Kuttikanam Autonomous, and Chief of Academics, IPSA Solutions Limited. Over to you, sir.
So, thank you, Sujin, for your wonderful introduction. Okay, before I start with the section, I would like to know whether I'm audible. Sujin, please.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you. So, as mentioned, now we are in the second day of our long journey. So, in the previous day, I hope that you had a very good reflections on the importance of this FTP. And also, you had already one technical section which has been given by Dr. Mendes regarding Mentimeter, Padlet, etc. Because it was something very, very important when we consider the students' involvement or the students' participations when we go into a digital platforms. So throughout this FTP, we will be going through how to make our teaching learning environment more effective when we come into a blended mode, where we integrate face-to-face interactions as well as going with these outline modalities, which could make our online teaching and interactions very effective. So actually, I myself will be there with you today as well as tomorrow as well. So we'll be discussing on this digital pedagogy. Actually, today we'll be going through that, as well as we'll be just giving you an opportunity to have one LMS of your own. So today we'll be creating an LMS where you own that LMS by yourself, as well as in the upcoming day we'll be going through how to work with this LMS, how to customize it and make it compatible for your requirements. So this is what sections which is going to happen these 2 days. And the upcoming days you'll be just having more and more sections on how to make your learning management system more effective. So what are the digital tools that could be integrated to enhance the quality, or enhance the quality of your teaching learning environment in an online platform. So this is what we are going to master through all these days. And obviously we'll be having a very lot of activities which has been showcased in the LMS, which gives you an hands-on experiences. And obviously we have got very wonderful sections to come where you'll be exploring the possibilities of integrating AI in enhancing the quality of your digital platform. So a lot to go ahead. So I think if you are taking it wholeheartedly, definitely you can ride through the challenges of the time. Uh, and the second thing which I would like to bring to your notice is that now the entire educational system in India is in the state of transformation by the implementation of by the implementation of the new educational policy, the outcome based education as well as the digital pedagogy has become more current and relevant. Why current and relevant is that according to the new educational policy, we know that this policy gives a lot of autonomy to not only to the institutions and teachers, but it gives a lot of autonomy to the students. So the students has a lot of opportunity to have a flexible way of accumulating credits in the credit bank. So it is said that they can have their own pathway according to their own taste and interest. And also there is no much rigidity with respect to the that is they have to be present from round the clock in the campus. They can have they multiple entry and exit. They can have different courses from different institutions, as well as they can have the courses from online modalities. And it is said that the teachers should maintain the signature courses which have something away from the normal traditional curriculum that we give, according to the specializations that the teachers have made. And if you want to give it parallel with your regular classroom activities, definitely the digital pedagogy is something very, very, very important. So in the upcoming days, if you want to meet the challenges of the time, as well as the requirement of the higher educational institutions, we have to keep abreast with the latest developments in the digital platform. So both synchronized and asynchronized, and now we are there in the blended modalities. So if you want to make the blended learning more successful, definitely digital pedagogy is something the need of the hour. So as I've mentioned today, that today we'll be just making some reflections on what is digital pedagogy, because this is something some confusions are a cloud of confusions are there clustered around what is digital pedagogy, what exactly it means, and why this digital pedagogy is important to us in the contemporary higher educational scenario, and how can I equip myself so that I could make the best use of this digital pedagogy in my teaching and learning, and how can how it help me, because normal conventional classroom teaching obviously is outdated today, because now we are talking about the paradigm shift which takes us from the this teacher dominated classroom environment to the stakeholder dominated, stakeholder in the sense student dominated environment. Now as Gandhiji has rightly said that the customer is the king. and we are there to serve the customer as well as the teaching learning environment is concerned. The students are the king of the teaching learning platform. They are the real heroes. So we have to customize our activities for the full satisfaction of the students. And now, according to this new educational policies, the students will come to a college not for a full program. They may come to the college for a single course, which has been handled by teachers who gives the courses in some different way, which gives some distinctive touch to the course program, which will helpful for them for their career, etc. So definitely distinctiveness is the mark, is the need of the time. So what we have to think for today, or in the contemporary higher education scenario, is that how can we make our system distinctive? And obviously the answer to that will be, you can explore the answer to that. How can you become distinctive in your workspace, I mean teaching learning platform? And that could be very well answered in the context of the digital pedagogy. So obviously this is something very important. And one thing more I would like to add in this context is that normally I've seen, because by the pandemic period, actually it is the pandemic period which has taken us very close to the technological possibilities and innovations in the teaching learning environment. Because we were before we were 80% of our activities are centered around normal classroom teaching, laboratory, etc., etc., etc. And it is that pandemic situations that has made us sit at home and to manage activities in an online modality. So definitely it is that situation that has brought the disruptions in the educational scenario, which have made the digital innovations and possibilities more familiar. And now on the basis of that, we are redefining our this curriculum, etc., in these lines. And not only that, outcome based education is also the need of the hour. So how can we merge the possibilities of outcome-based education? Because all these changes is there to add a Q factor to the teaching learning environment. We want to make the teaching learning environment more productive. So how can we make it more productive? So that is what is being there. So obviously, one thing which I would like to put on record is that the speciality of this FTP is that this will be hands-on. But this first class of mine, obviously, I will be taking you through the digital pedagogy. So you should get some more inputs and reflections on what is the digital pedagogy and why it is needed for us to make a meaningful inputs into the teaching learning environment. So this will go a little descriptive way. And tomorrow it will be 100% hands-on. You have to work along with me. We have to work with our own portal, I mean LMS portal. You will be owning, you will own your own portal by the end of this class. So we'll be creating a portal for yourself, for creating your own courses. So how to populate your curriculum into your LMS is something very important. So the pedagogical aspect is something very important. Otherwise you will be having only some scrambled pieces of this scrambled pieces of activities which has been showcased without any meaning. So that is not the real way. We have to arrange the activities and resources in the learning management system on the basis of some principles and theories which make it more and more meaningful. So that is the importance of this workshop. And the workshop is been placing focusing on how to make it more and more effective by integrating the possibilities of pedagogy, by integrating the possibilities of AI, and integrating some new methods and strategies. So these are something that you will be takeaways that you'll be having in this FTP. I have got a few slides to share with you in order to give some inputs regarding the digital pedagogy. So with your permission, let me share my screen to you. And in order to weed out that connectivity issues, because there are some issues, especially in this monsoon period. Not monsoon, it's a heavy rain out here. So in order to avoid the connectivity issues, I'm just going to off my videos and when I'm sharing the screen. Okay. So let us go to the presentation first. Okay, Sijan, now I'm having, let me ask whether both my screen as well as my sound is okay.
Yes, screen is visible.
Okay, okay, so we can just move on with our presentations. So here we go with today's segment. Yeah, as I've told, we have been focusing on learning management system, which could be customized through Moodle, and what could be the digital pedagogy. So that is our topic for today. So we'll be going through this. So let me check out our agenda, because before going into any type of discussions, it is be better to know what we are going to have for today. So this is what we will be taking you through today's segment. So we'll be having some thoughts clustered around what is digital pedagogy. So in digital pedagogy, definitely you should be aware about three models of digital learning, which you can integrate in a teaching learning environment. And obviously, something more important is that mere clustering some resources into the learning management system will not make it more effective. If you want, you are because nowadays I'm told that because we are bound to create signature courses for ourselves. So definitely, you will be given access to the learning management system where you can customize and build up your courses. And what make your courses stand out is something that how you are arranging the content which has been arranged in an LMS should have a flow which should be in line with some uh, that is important theories and principles which has been related to the learning. So it is in this context that I've included what is constructivism and what is connectivism. These are the two things how we can incorporate teaching learning activities to the learner, so that how he can progress in a constructive way and how he can go in a connective way. So these two are something very important. Knowingly or unknowingly, we may be introducing it, but it is something better that you arrange your curricular activities by knowing what will be happening in the learner, because learning is something abstract. So you should have some you should have some inputs regarding what will be happening in the learner if I'm giving such learning situations. Now we know that teaching is not just pouring something to the students in a lecture method. Definitely, that concept has been moving away. We want the students to be actively engaged in the learning processes. This is the current scenario that it's been evolving globally, because the students should be active participants. All the conceptual thing that you are telling to the students is readily available in the internet. Now I've seen my son, he's been doing this uh, BTech program. So what I could see is that he's making self-learning through that content which has been available in the this LMS as well as through YouTube and all. Now we have got a very beautiful resources which has been available in a digital platform. So the students, in order to know the concept, there is no need for us. That is, they are getting the content from what you could say from these videos which has been available there. So they are not waiting for us to talk about the concept. And also the AI is there. ChatGPT is there. Generative AI is there. If you just put something to generative AI, they'll be giving a very sequential collections of the content there. So what is the use of ourselves? So that is a question which arises when AI is becoming so and so powerful. The capabilities of AI is been going beyond that human precisions and clarity. So what is the need for we people there? So this is a question. So actually, the most important thing, the role of the teacher now changes from giving informations into facilitators. So how can we facilitate a student? Nowadays, the teacher will be judged on the basis of to what extent that he will facilitate the students in the right way. So if you want to facilitate them, definitely you should know something about the psychology of the students, how learning happens, how you could. Now we have become come to a role of stage setters. That is, we are giving them an environment so that they are able to progress. The students have to be kept active involvement and experiential learning. That is what is being mentioned here. Experiential learning, problem-based learning, and obviously how knowledge has been constructed. Because in the curriculum, one important thing which we do is that how we can arrange knowledge. So if you want to have uh, a clear way or a logical way of arranging the knowledge, definitely this is also important. Bloom's taxonomy, probably you'll be knowing that. We have given a lot of sections in Bloom's taxonomy. So just a single slide for that on Bloom's taxonomy. And obviously the curriculum frames for learning management system. So actually, I've told you that the curriculum or the learning stuff is not populated into the learning management system in a scrambled way. It should have some logical arrangements, and that is what is being given here, the six frame model for curriculum arrangement. So this is what we will be having for today. And most important thing, as I've told you, that you are going to own your own website or a portal. I would rather say it is not a website, it is a portal. You are going to have your own portal for LMs. So that is what you are going to have. We'll be creating your own LMS. That is the own, that is you are going to own an LMS for yourself by the end of this section. So these two are the two components that we are going to have for today. So, in order to, as an ice-breaking section, I will be giving you an activity here. I'll be giving you an activity here. That is, this is a small, a cartoon. You can read this. That is, for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same examination. Please climb the tree. It's a cartoon. It is something which has been happening in a forest environment where the different animals are put to test. Different animals are put to test, and the test is to climb a tree. To climb a tree, isn't it? And you can also read what Albert Einstein has said about the education system. That is, everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is a stupid. So this is the scenario. And what you have to do is that what does can you identify the educational implication of this cartoon? What educational implication that you read from this cartoon? You have to give it answers by through this Mentimeter. Obviously, Dr. Mendes has showed you how to create a Mentimeter here. Okay, so you can either scan this one QR code. You can scan this QR code. You can scan this QR code, and then you can answer. Or you can just take your Chrome browser, type menti.com, menti.com, just write menti.com. So you will be prompted to give a code. A space will be there to write the code. So the code is 2113 1570. If you type that code, then that will open for you to register your code. So there you can write, what does this signifies? What does this signify? This cartoon and this quotation, what does it signifies? What is the importance? Or you can just click this one. You can just click this one, and but I will just okay. Let me check it out. Uh, just 1 minute. I will put this into the chat. I will put that. I have added it into chat. You can, or you can click on that. You can click on that, and you can answer. You can answer. Only 4% has answered. The answer is coming up. I think you have seen what is given here. You have seen what is given here. What is the educational implication? Every animals, obviously, they are different in the traits, and they are given a unique assessment. Okay, I want you to be interactive. Actually, we are there in a digital pedagogical platform. We are trying to explore how we can make, because in a digital platform, definitely the students may be at a different distance. So we want to create an offline ambience. The Dr. Mendes has shown this one, has already given how you can create a Menti meter, how just like a virtual world Padlet was there, etc. So what is this? There are a lot of answers which has been coming. Everyone is unique and special. Okay, there are 20 questions. There are 20 answers which has been coming up. A deed of equity is there. Ability level. You can give your name is not recorded anywhere. You can give your answers openly. It is free. It is free. This is actually we are here to discuss about digital platforms. So what we are trying to bring is that how we can integrate these things into our teaching learning situations to make it more effective. Okay, make it fast. I'm just giving you one more minute for that. I want something. There are a lot of good answers coming. Everyone different capacities. So teaching methods accord to person to person. Okay, very good, very good. Your observations are right. Based on the this capability, we have to use the methods. Obviously, that is right. Talent will vary, and speed of learning also will vary. That is there. That is something very important, because we know that everyone will not be having an unique capabilities of learning. There will be differences there. Very good observations are there, which has been coming up. The learning of every student cannot be judged by the same type of evaluation methods. Very good. You cannot make a fish to climb the tree. That is there. Difference is there. So this is a lot of answers there. I'll be waiting up to the I think about 41-42% have answered. I'll be waiting up to 50. Okay, I think there are more than 100 plus participants are there. I want you to be involved. So education is a tool which train the capability present to each child. So a lot of things are coming up, and now the number of answers are just keeping on lagging. 44% have answered. Okay, that is why. That's fine. So this is the most important thing that you have to take into your considerations while you are framing your content, or while you are designing your course. Obviously, it is the need of the hour to prepare signature courses for the topic that you are handling there. So when you are creating a course in the LMS, the first thing that you have to take into consideration is that this realization. That is, every student will be unique. Just like that, two persons will not be having the same the thumb impressions like that. The individual differences is there. So that is important. While that should be considered while you're preparing. That is, there should be diversification of activities, and the student should be given an opportunity to make a choice regarding. So this is something very important. We have to we have to bring a diversification of activities into your teaching learning platform wherever it is possible. Wherever it is possible, when you're giving an opportunity for them to practice, when you are designing some assessment plans, all these things try to bring about some what you could say, diversification. That is why in the present educational scenario, we can say that the learner has got the right to choose multiple path. He can choose one major and he can choose multiple minors. And obviously, they can have multidisciplinary courses. So there is a lot of flexibility that has been brought about into the learning system. So such possibilities should be filtered to a more granular level to the course. So while you are creating the course content, you should give multiple activities to the students so that they can able to engage according to that. So this is the first lesson that I would like to share with you when you are designing a course. Now coming to the digital pedagogy. Coming to the digital pedagogy. Some clarifications. Obviously, you will be knowing what is digital pedagogy, but still some clarifications on what is digital pedagogy. For this, let me give you one statement. Suppose if I need to teach John Latin. So I think it is clear. My intention is that I want to teach John the subject Latin. So what are things that I should be equipped with if I want to fulfill that task? My intention is that I want to teach John Latin, that is to read in Latin. That is, if I put it into outcome, I want John to comprehend Latin. Suppose if I say something in Latin, I want John to comprehend it. I want John to write some content in Latin, his thoughts, etc., in Latin, etc., to communicate in Latin, etc., etc. So I want to teach John Latin. So what are the requirements? Obviously, we know that without knowing Latin, I will not be able to teach John Latin. So if you want to teach well, definitely the content knowledge is important. Content knowledge is important. So the knowledge of the content alone will not serve the purpose. If you want to make your mission successful, definitely you should know how to teach. How to teach. So this is how to teach is the pedagogical aspect, isn't it? The method, the pedagogical aspect of teaching a language will be different from the pedagogical aspect of teaching science. That will be different from pedagogical aspect of teaching them accountancy likewise. So depending upon the content, the method of teaching is also keeping on changing. So if you want to make that mission to teach John Latin success, you should know Latin, you should know to teach. And not only to teach, you should know John. That is, what is the ability of John, isn't it? That is what which has been reflected in the previous slide, isn't it? You cannot give the same activity to everyone. You should serve it to the students by knowing that ability. There will be students of different abilities are there. So you should bring about some possibility to bridge their ability to the content. So you should know that pedagogy is something which is related to giving the right way of teaching according to the subject and according to the student. That is the pedagogy. Now we have got the third component. The third component, which is the technological component. Now we have got a lot of technological inputs that could be integrated into the curriculum that will solve the problems between the teaching and the content. For instance, I am sitting myself at Kottayam, and you are there at different places from India. But our distances is been bridged by this one. We are using that online platform, WebEx platform. So the distance is been bridged by means of this with this technological innovations. While teaching, I want to communicate. I want to take your responses. If we were we were offline, I could directly ask. But now I have shared you a Mentimeter, and you answered to that. And that answer, most of them who are uh, involved in these classes would have read what the others have shared. So this is bringing the interactions little more and more closer to an offline modalities, isn't it? So technology is there to bridge the gap between the teaching and the curriculum in different ways. Suppose if I want to bring some a real-time experiences, I can make it happen through virtual realities, augmented realities. Virtual labs are there. We can create simulations where you can work with the real-time ambience in a virtual modality. So these are all the possibilities of technology. So what is digital pedagogy is considered as a technical pedagogy. That is, it is something that comes at the intersection of these three. You can see that is the technical inputs, the content, and a beautiful blending of the subject with respect to the appropriate pedagogy, appropriate learning strategies with respect to the appropriate content. And that will give you the digital pedagogy. And obviously, in the current situations, if you want to be successful according to the lines of the contemporary educational system, obviously we know that the education system is in the edge of disruptions. Changes has been happening. We cannot move ahead with our old capabilities and whatever that we had in the past. We cannot have a successful career if, in the future. So if you want to be successful, the teacher should be going ahead with these, that is the curricular activities which has been spread over this area, digital pedagogy. So that is what digital pedagogy means. Obviously, you'll be knowing, but still, I just made it the things more clear and precise. You want, we may be sometimes very competent here. You may be sitting somewhere here, or you may be sitting somewhere here, and we have to change our seat into the central portion where you will be able to make a beautiful blending of these three things in the right way. Okay, so read. You can just make a read out of this. It's an art of science of teaching by using technology. The art of science of teaching by using technology, or it involves understanding how people learn and using that understanding to design effective learning experience and activities and environment, or effective use of technology in teaching and learning, making education more engaging, isn't it? Accessible and personalized. This is very, very important. That is, your LMS or your content that you're showcasing should be engaging. That is, not showcasing some notes or just giving some videos that alone will not serve the purpose. You should design some activities where the students can participate, engaging either individually or they can collaborate with their peers, etc., sharing their ideas, engaging, accessible. You should be able to have a reach what they are doing, isn't it? Whatever they have done, they will be posting it in the LMS. So you'll be reaching there. There should be some platforms where you are interacting with the students continuously, accessible and personalized. Personalized in the sense the students can take their own time, isn't it? Sometimes they will be more interested to learn the early morning or late night or in between, so they can have their own personalized own time. Sometimes they need more time for going through the content, more references there. So this is what made possible through teaching in digital platforms. So this is something very important. Your LMS or the content that you give should be engaging, accessible, and personalized. So re-imaging education to the digital age. So all these things is what we mean by a digital pedagogy. So obviously you will be knowing all these things. There are three models of digital learning, three models. Obviously one is synchronized model, the other is asynchronized model, and the other is blended model. So these are the three models that you can have in a digital learning platform. Synchronized means you are live with the students. That is, you are taking class in a Google platform or a WebEx platform or a Zoom meeting, just like what we are doing now. We are having a synchronized model. That is, I am interacting with you online. I am just asking some questions. You are answering like that. This is the synchronized model. And asynchronous model is that I just give you task in the LMS. So this is what has been happening here. This is what has been happening here. And this is what has been happening in the LMS. The teacher assigned tasks to the students online. The students complete a task and upload text, picture, etc. as evidences in that online platform. So that is the LMS. And when these together are blended together, what we can say that it is a blended mode. So the blended mode will be having in online classes or either offline classes or online classes, and some activities where the students can learn with their own pace. That is personalized. Personalized means an individualized instructional technique where the students can take their own time and pace, isn't it? That could be done, made possible through LMs. So actually our workshop is progressing through this one, blended mode. That is, we will be having a live sections and interactions from 7 to 9 or 8:30, whatever it may be, and then our interactions goes to the LMS platform in a blended modality. So I think that is clear. So this is what is happening now. This is what will happen in your LMS. You are logging into the LMS at your own time, maybe at late night or in the early morning or in the evening, according to your convenience. And this is when we are integrating these together in our program. Our workshop has been progressing in there. We are going in a blended mode. So that is now it is clear. And now I told that if you want, what you are doing at that LMS is that we are facilitating the students' learning. So if you want to facilitate students' learning, you should be able to know that. Is it how do students learn? So two important concept or two important theories on learning is that one, constructivism. Don't get hooked on what constructivism is. Just understand what is happening. When students learn, he can learn either according to the constructive method of learning. What is constructive method signifies that learner construct knowledge rather than taking in information passively. Isn't it? Suppose if you are taking the students to a class, making him sit like puppets, and you are lecturing to them, what is happening there? The students are passive listeners, hearing to all what you say and making out of notes. You are trying to make a pouring in concept. So according to this constructivism, if you want the students to be active, the constructivism emphasizes that the students gain knowledge by himself through activities. That is, the learner encourage the learner to explore and engage activities with the content. We want the student think and explore, not directly telling this is what this is the concept. We want to stimulate their activities. Obviously, you will be know that instead of lecture method, if you want to make them little more active, you can make your lectures in a heuristic method. That is, you are making the situations, the students to think so that they contribute something, they think something from the prompts that you give to the students, so that they try to identify something by his own experiences like that. So that is constructivism. So how can you bring the constructive learning into your teaching learning environment? For example, suppose let me take a practical concept that if you want to teach the students about sustainable farming, obviously if that is the activity that you are going to teach them, some sustainable farming methods, some sustainable agriculture methods or something like that. So what the students can learn that particular topic, what are the different methods of sustainable farming by experimenting. They are doing something their own, and they understand by their own experiences. They construct knowledge by themselves, by doing, learning by doing. So here the student itself is being creating. That is, you are creating a situations for them so that it can be through a book. They read by themselves and they understand by themselves. Instead, you are telling the. They are not passive listeners. They may be involved in reading some books, or they may be experimenting some things or something like that. So, so discovery learning. They are discovering some things through their own effort. That is important. Or reflective thinking. Reflective thinking is means if they are doing some projects, then the reflective journaling has become very, very important. That is asking them to reflect on what they have gone through that particular experiment or project, and what are the issues that they have confronted, how they have solved them. So reflections make the learning meaningful. What are the inputs that I have got when I went through such and such experiences? That should be noted down, because when we are making the learning in a professional platform, it is not a mental calculation alone. You should document it. So that makes it more and more professional way of making the things done. Our project, in the sense, obviously they are doing the project through their own effort, isn't it? So doing project or case studies. So what constructivism emphasizes is that they have to put their own effort. They are not passive listeners, not just giving them ready-made notes, or not giving them ready-made bits of explanations. Let them explore something through their own effort, and you can act as a support to them, as a guide on making them progress in the right way. And connectivism is something different. So if your connectivism is that you are connecting with the different sources, gaining knowledge, and then you are building up your knowledge. The other, they are constructing knowledge, but here in connectivism, you are connecting with the different experts, isn't it? Suppose the same thing, that sustainable farming. In constructivism, they have to experiment with the different activities, so that through the activities they learn something. But in a connectivism, you can go and consult with the experts and getting the information from them, collecting the information from them, and executing it. So that is how connectivism. That is peer collaboration. You're collaborating with peers, exchanging the ideas, etc. Okay, so in a connectivism, suppose if you are you are sharing your knowledge with the others, so a group work will be there. So obviously, when you come to an LMS, you can maintain forums. In our LMS, there obviously there are forums. You can post some difficulty there, isn't it? So what happens is that the others who are known, exposed to such a situation priorly, they will be sharing that experiences. So they are interacting there. I through blogs, through forums, your experience, etc. Obviously, we know that in especially in tech zone or technocrats, obviously they will be having different forums. So while you are going through your workspace in programming, coding, etc., if you confront with some issues, obviously you will be posting that issues into the forum, and that will be while the others, those who have already gone through such and such situations, they'll be sharing their experiences there. So that is, they're collaborating. So connectivism, they're connecting with the different nodes of knowledge. So here you are not progressing alone. You are progressing through a connectivity between different nodes, like this. You are connecting between different nodes of information. So that do not mean that you should not put constructivism in one cell and connectivism in the other. No, they should be blended together. You should give an opportunity to think, develop knowledge, share. So that should be how this teaching learning environment should be brought up, isn't it? Because if you want just LMS, how to create an LMS, how to create some activities into that any technical person can do. So you are not a mere technical person. You are teachers. You are the expert in your content, and you want to showcase your content into this. So your pedagogy, digital pedagogy, is something important that makes it. If you're technical person, obviously I will just go to the website, create a site, or this is how you have to upload a video. This is how you have to upload. So all these things it's a technical thing alone. No, we want it to be placed in that middle portion, that is digital pedagogy. That is why I'm just giving you some inputs on these things. So how to create a blog? Blog is their own what they have constructed by themselves. They're sharing it as a knowledge node. So interacting between these nodes will make learning flourish like anything. That is why in that LMS we have got forums. We have got forums. The forums for clearing doubts. Suppose if you have got some doubts, you will be posting into that forum. So the other persons who visit there, if they are more exposed to such a situations priorly, they'll be writing their experiences there. So they are interacting, sharing that experiences. So that is connectivity. Or wiki. Obviously, I think sometimes if we get time tomorrow, I'll be just showing you how to create a wiki in LMS. Or else, I think in the last section, Binu Thomas, he will be showing these things, wiki databases, how we can integrate it. All these things will be there. So wiki is just like a Wikipedia. It's a community knowledge platform. That is, if you're running a course, you will be enrolling students into your course, isn't it? In a LMS scenario, you will be developing a course and you will be enrolling students for accessing this course. So those students who are enrolled for the courses will be the community that will be taking advantage from the courses. So you can, if you're creating a wiki, if you're giving a topic, you can make the students to make their own constructive learning, and they can showcase what they have observed in that Wikipedia. It is just like a Wikipedia. So they will be accumulating their own thoughts, their own observations into here, so that everybody will be advantaged. Obviously, Padlet. Last time Mendes sir has shown this Padlet is a third-party tool. You can integrate that Padlet into our LMS. So if you are putting this Padlet, that many students, many persons can share their observations into, it will be just like a virtual board. So that will give you an opportunity for connectivism. So these are the two important the learning strategies. Probably it's a learning theories that could be adopted into this connected into this your LMS. And now, obviously, there is two more very important activity learning methods that we are adopting there. Obviously, when we go for this NAC accreditations and all, we used to say that we are using experiential learning, problem-based learning. These are the two important active learning strategies that could be adopted into teaching learning ambience. So what is experiential learning? Not experience, it is not experimental, experiential learning. That is normally in the traditional learning scenarios. In the traditional learning scenarios, we are giving more priority to conceptual knowledge, working on with some verbalism, going through some, obviously now we are having a lecture method. Going through some lectures, etc., which has been totally divorced from the real world situations. So the modern education system is bringing that learning has been brought very closer to the real life situations. And experiential learning is learning through the real life situations. That is, if you want to say what is education, education is life itself. Live and learn. That is what has been the change has been happening. You are living the situations. If you want to learn in a professional platform, work in the professional platform as one of the professional there. You work there as a professional, learn about the different possibilities and challenges, and gain knowledge. So live and learn. That is what experiential learning by doing and making it little more closer to the reality and real life situations. Live and learn. That is what experiential learning. You are living the situations and learning about the situations. That is experiential learning. That is, you are sending the students for internship. they are working as the real that is the real professional there in that workspace, and exploring about identifying the different challenges, the different use cases that they come across in the real life. So the real experiences is being exposed. And mostly, yeah, but there are different technology, how technology can bring about these use cases. You can use simulations. Now we have got virtual laboratories there, where you can just like you can drill into the real objects and identify how the objects are. The virtual labs will be available. Simulations are there, so you can become a part of the simulations and you can learn. So that's the possibility of that is the possibility of this technology that is giving you a virtual ambience or simulations. You are working with a project, that is in a project you are working in a real time, as an internship. In case studies, you are just working with the case, identifying very closer to how that case is been working. Suppose if you're making a case study of an industry, isn't it? How this industry has been working for the last term. So you are going to that industry, identifying its operational, all these things, and then you are learning from real situation. So that is experiential learning. So now it is not like that taking you to the classroom and telling something in a verbal, symbolic form regarding this and that. No, they are exposing them into the real life situations, live and learn. So that is what living can be, either in a virtual way, that is simulations, etc. So that is how you can. And problem based. So experiential and problem based are both the same. Here, what they are doing is that we are exposing the students to a problematic situation, because in every learning scenario there will be a problematic situations. When the students confront with the problems, they will be knowing more about what the modus of operandi of the system, and they'll be learning that is what are the challenges that they are facing and how to overcome that. So going through such a situations, that definitely they are giving more and more exposure about the possibilities and challenges of the situations and how it could be overcome, and on that basis they are learning. So obviously what happens is that they are becoming more and more competent. So definitely what we could see is that in the professional platforms, definitely especially in the previous years, what we could see is that there are a lot of remarks which has been coming up from these CEOs of high profile IT companies, that the students who are passing out of these professional colleges are not job fit. The most important thing is that they have, maybe they will be having very good this marks and all, but definitely they are not been able to meet the challenges of the workspace. They are not going abreast with the different challenges or the real life scenarios. So they have to streamline them. But definitely, when they are trying to train them according to the workspace, they are not living up to their expectations. A lot of opinion or this has been coming up, or these opinions are there coming up. So the thing is that it is because in their academical stream they are kept in more and more comfort zones, where they just put some theoretical inputs and making them reproduce exactly like that in that exams, and that will make them counterproductive. That will just kill their productive skills. So now, obviously, when we are changing, the educational system has been changing from top to bottom in a very drastic way, and they want to make the students more and more engaging, exposed to the real life situations. They want to live the situations and learn the situations wherever possible in the real life scenario, especially in the professional platforms. They want to get accustomed with the different issues and problems. That is what is been said. Now, when we are planning about the assessments, we are obviously what we do is that we directly go to the previous question papers, take some questions, and put it again. That question would have come. That question maybe repeating from the last 10 to 20 years, 20 years back. What was there is been repeating same thing again and again. So all these things are the things which has been rooted out from the educational system. Now what we say is that If you are in a technological field, you have to frame questions in consultations with the technical experts. That is what is relevant in the job scenario, what is relevant in that industry, what the industry is looking up from the students. So how do they evaluate our competencies? That input should be taken from the real life scenario, and that should be posed as the problematic situations to the students, so that they will be able to work with that, encounter such a situations, and they can become successful not only in the examinations you give, they can come successful in the real life situations there. So this change has to be brought about. So what I uh, bring to your thinking is that while you're populating assessment strategies, you should not just pick up some questions from the previous years and put it again, the same thing coming again and again. No, you should be current. You should go to the society. You should look into the workspace where the students are bound to go after completing your courses, etc. You have to make a rapport with the industry, understand what is the requirement that they're looking for, how do they value our students, so you should take that inputs and you should materialize it in the form of the assessments, so that we will be able to bring. So these are the different important things we will be talking about. Okay, I am doing experiential, I am doing problem, I've seen a lot of SSR reports like that, but in real, are we doing it? So we have, only if we do this, we can convert the theory to practice, because the theory without practical knowledge is just absurdity. You are just burying what of thing that you have studied without any applications. Get the application part, elevate it to the applications and to the higher order parts, isn't it? So that could be done very well through in consultation with the AI. Now we have got very powerful systems of AI. The accuracies of AI are going boundlessly high, and obviously they can come to situations that where AI can replace that human intervention. Because obviously now as such we cannot claim that the AI will be having a higher accuracy rate. But within the last few years, we could see that uh, accuracy rate of AI has been going beyond that of human accuracy, isn't it? That is, if you are giving the different, what you could see, the symptoms, or if you are giving the, suppose if you're consulting an AI for a diagnosis, you can put what all difficulties that you're feeling, then the AI will be giving you a list of tests that should be taken. If you're taking that test and inputting it again, then AI will be diagnosing your diseases uh, more better, more better than an experienced professional in that particular field. It is going into that way. And obviously, the first level of diagnosis is been in many countries is been planned in an AI platform, and the confirmation and the real-time diagnosis will be given to the experts in that particular field. But now it is seen that their diagnosis is becoming more and more sharper than that of the manual experiences and diagnosis. That is what which has been seen, because it has been tested from that computer visions. I think 4 or 5 years back, the computer vision, that is computer vision, is that you are just there is, if you want to take attendance in your class, what we do is that we will just take 111 and then you are noting that attendance. Just take a screenshot or a video clip of the students who are sitting in the class, that AI will be identifying who all are there, isn't it? Even if it is a very big group, big group of about 100 or 200, a single video frame will be able to identify who all are there. And it is found that the AI has the accuracy rate of AI has gone beyond that of the human identifications. So that is the scenario. It is very quite changing. Is that so? Definitely, everything will be customized. Suppose if you are putting some sensors into your because you know that we are using this that's a watch, a wrist watch. There we have got a sensor which will very effectively calculate our pressure, heartbeat, etc. Actually, we were working with one project with a Singapore-based company where through a wristwatch, we can calculate pulse wave velocity. And pulse wave velocity is one indicator where you can predict a heart attack. Because now we can see that there are many instances which has been happening. That is after this post-COVID period, a lot of death has been happening on the basis of heart attack. So we were in the project there. So what it do is that it is it want to develop from actually the data what we get is just like what we get the pressure the how many calories burned, etc. Just like the signals that we get from that through the sensors, and that will be sent and identify the pulse wave velocity, so that will be giving an indication that whether you are in a threat or in your safe zone, etc., etc. So such things are happening. So machine has been going ahead of time. We have to what we could say that is reposition, redesign, and our activities in the lines of these changes of technology. And another thing which I would like to bring to your notice is that Bloom's taxonomy. Obviously, in most of our sections, I used to give a full class on Bloom's taxonomy. I just giving only one slide is there in the Bloom's taxonomy. Why I have included it is that because our intention is to make our LMS a very beautiful LMS, which has been very systematically arranged. So when you arrange the content, into the LMS, it should be on the basis of the Bloom's taxonomy. Obviously, it is one of the. There are a lot of taxonomies. There's self taxonomy like that, solo taxonomy like that. There are a lot of taxonomy, but this is one which has been readily accepted there. I'm not going into detail about Bloom's taxonomy. Just one slide is there. So what it shows is that suppose if you want to arrange the content, arrange your content into the LMS, you have to make that content should be presented in some small bits, isn't it? You have to divide a topic into small frames, and this small frame should be arranged in a logical order, and it will be better if you are arranging this in the lines of Bloom's taxonomy. So what Bloom's taxonomy says is that this is how the learning happens. This is how the learning happens. That is, learning happens from simple to complex. The roadmap of learning is that the first thing is that you have to start with simple and concrete level, and then gradually progresses to the higher order of complexity and abstractness. And this roadmap between the simple to complex, or the concrete to abstract is been segregated. It's been divided into different levels. And the cognitive Bloom's the cognitive domain of Bloom's taxonomy says that how knowledge has been arranged should be like this. That is the basic level of knowledge. That is the basic level of knowledge is remembering. That is, it is a memory level of learning. So that is suppose the first thing that if you are teaching them, if you want to showcase a content in the LMS, the first thing that you have to showcase is that you have to give a conceptual idea. The conceptual idea of about the topic should be presented in the first phase. That is the conceptual idea comes up to remembering and understanding. That is learning. Suppose how we learn. That is, we are connected with the external world to the five senses, right? That is, we are connected with the external world to the five senses. I hear, I see, isn't it? I feel, I touch, etc. I taste. So these are the senses are the doorways of knowledge. So whatever that comes to us will be first reaching into our brain, and it will be recorded as what memory, isn't it? If you are hearing me, obviously, so what is happening is that the waves that I am producing is been reaching you through the technological platform. It is reaching you. It is going into your ears, making vibrations in your eardrum. That vibrations will be taken through Manasinkha steps, through that auditory nerve. It will be reaching your this central nervous system, and it will be getting recorded there, isn't it? So that is what first happens. So if you're hearing it for the first time, what we really do is that we will try to memorize it. So first thing is the memory level of learning. And second thing is that you put some intellectual thought into what you have learned, and there you try to understand the meaning of what you have taught. So these two level is the level where we present the content to the students. First, you can activate the memory level of learning, and then through different examples and more explanations, you have to uplift it to the meaningful learning level. So that should be so such things should be the conceptual learning should be brought in the first level. That is, you may be teaching a theory, you may be teaching a principle, you may be teaching them a law. Some abstractions will be there. So through the different activities, you should elevate the students to an understanding level. So once this is met, you have to take them to the application level, isn't it? Whatever thing that they have realized or learned should be exposed or transferred to the real life situations. That is what application means. So you are teaching about some medicines, disease, etc. The next thing is that knowledge should be transferred to the real life scenarios by taking them very closer to the these real time scenarios. So application, and then taking to the analytical level. So analysis is nothing but it is just a higher application. That is, you are learning about the system. That is, analysis means, suppose you are reaching at diagnosis. You are reaching a diagnosis at an analytical level. Suppose a patient has been having different types of that is deformities or some symptoms is there which is deviated from the normal. So you are analyzing it with respect to the different health parameters through the different tests, and on the basis of analysis you are coming to what really is the problem related to that particular person. So that is little more higher. That could be done better only when you are applying your knowledge about the parameters in the right way, making connections between them. You arrive at what is the real issue with that particular person. So analysis is higher level applications. You are segregating the complex situations into different components. You are applying the knowledge about different components, try to bring about associations and identifying what is there. And the next level is evaluating. Evaluating means you are, after analyzing, you will be passing judgment. You will be evaluating that. If you are evaluation on the basis of the criteria, if the person goes like this within 1 week, such things may happen. You are evaluating. You are evaluating his health status. Or suppose if you are given 2 mobile phones for comparison. For comparisons, what will you do first? You will evaluate the performance. If you want to evaluate, you want to segregate it into different components. You have to break it into different components like that. Okay, what is the cost factor? You will comparing it with the cost. Or what is the battery life? What is the audio quality? What is the pixel? Likewise, what is the size and weight of each? Likewise, you will be comparing it. That is, comparison means analysis. And then with respect to the certain criteria, you will be evaluating which one is the best one. So on the basis of analysis, you are evaluating. And the highest level is creating. That is, you are using your knowledge to explore some new things, isn't it? So that I'm not going into deep other way, because this is a full day's class. Normally, if I go like that, we won't reach what we were intended to do today. So this is how the learning happens. So why I've just given you is that when you are showcasing the content into the LMS, this hierarchy, the learning is a process engineered in such a way that one level is a prerequisite of other. So if you want to showcase an application level, if you want to input an application level of content to the students, some prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? The conceptual knowledge should be ensured. So you can showcase the content of application level only after ensuring that the students have got the basic level of learning. The concept learning is there, the concept knowledge is there. So while you are arranging the content, that should be taken into consideration. So that is important. So this what continuum should be kept in mind while you are showcasing the content, because we want our LMS to stand out. That is simply putting, because I could have completed this section in one schedule. That is just giving you an opportunity. Okay, this is your LMS, and now we can put all these things into the LMS. How to upload a video, how to upload a text file. That is all a technical thing. But for teachers, tomorrow I'll become just a technical person, isn't it? How to put all these things into this. So before that, I'm just giving you an idea how to showcase it, and you are really the expert in your field. So how you can make this done in a better way in your subject? That is, you are the expert. Sometimes you will be will be a medical practitioner, or you will be a technocrat, or you will be a science teacher. So depending upon your subject, you can design it. But this thing is common. These things are common. How you are, the principles that you have to take into consideration. What are the principles of learning theories? So what should your content should be identified by you, and you can showcase it in the right way. And coming to these are the frames for presenting. So actually, the best way is that we can present our content in different frames. That is different frames. That is, the entire content should be divided into different frames. So this is the structure of first frame, so that we know that you are adopting what we know, that outcome-based education has become mandatory according to the new education policy. So outcome-based education is not obviously, when we say out outcome-based education, a lot of confusions were there. It makes things very worse, etc. Definitely not. It is only a directional thing, isn't it? Suppose if you want to travel to a destination, obviously the destination should be clear where you want to go, and your attempt is that reaching the destinations. Outcome-based education is only that you are prefixing where the students should reach, what the students are capable of doing before starting our journey, and after completing a journey means a day class or completing a course, the students should reach there. That is only outcome-based education. It is only a directional thing. So you will not be lost or diverted from your mainstream activities if you are outcome focused, because our activity is outcome focused, isn't it? By the end of the class, or by the end of the course, or by the end of the program, I have to reach there. Program outcomes are their indicator whether the student reached there, isn't it? Just like you're going you're going for a travel. Your destination is you're going to Missouri. So what is there? Your destination is that you should reach Missouri. So when the destination is there clear before you, you can trace route. That is a curriculum. How you can reach there at what time. So that is all outcome-based education. So outcome-based education is prefixing where to reach, what the student should be able to do by the end of the programs, and by the end they should be there. So you can decide how we will be able to reach that particular destinations. So that is what you are serving as the curriculum. So while you are showcasing the content, first thing you have to do is that you have to ensure what should be the outcome of this particular topic. So obviously we know that when you have, our course content will be having different units. Some say units, some say it is module. So if it is the first module can be divided into different sub-modules, or unit could be divided into subunit, and one subunit could be presented in the form of these frames. So what is the learning outcome of the first subunit should be explicitly presented there. So where you are going to carry the students, what the students will be capable of doing. So that should be showcased first. And then this is nothing but the reversion steps. So this is, you should have a preparation frame. That is what I've shown you the previous slide, that learning happens in a continuum. Suppose if you want to take them to and taking them to some application level, the basic knowledge should be needed. Suppose if you're teaching them Ohm's law, isn't it? Suppose if you want to make the students want to identify whether the system is working along in the lines of Ohm's law, or if you want to the students to identify the resistance or the current, etc. Definitely, they should know what is Ohm's law. Without knowing Ohm's law, how can do the problem in Ohm's law? So that continuity is something very important. So before going to the application, you have to ensure that whether they have got sufficient content knowledge, or whether they have a knowledge about the principles. So a preparatory frame should be there. Which ensures them whether they are in tune, or whether they are ready to take up what is there. Then presentation frame is there. Presentation means you are presenting the content. You are presenting the content to the students in a better way. So in the presentation frame, what is that? You can use different strategies in the presentation frame. That is, you can upload videos, or you can give some activities so that they can involve in some experiential or experimental situations, and from there what do they observe and connect it to the learning. So such things could be integrated. Or you can give a simulation, a simulative environment. If you are connected with some virtual realities, some third-party tools, you can embed it and ask them to get involved in some activities in a simulated scenario. So you can present the thing in that way. And then you should give them a platform for practicing. So practicing is that you can give them different tasks related to the particular content, so that they will become more and more familiar. They will be learning at this stage. So presentation and practice is something important for learning. So you can give it according to the possibilities of your teaching learning environment. And then finally, you can pass on to the assessment frame. So assessment frame, you can there in the LMS, there is very different possibilities of including the quiz. That quiz could be connected with the grade book, so that when the students are going through the quiz, their scores will be transferred into the grade book, so that you can connect this grade book to the ERP, or you can download it and make it as a part of the assessment, some like that. So you can ensure the credit or something like that. So so when you're showcasing the content should progress in this way. There should be explicitly written outcomes. Then there should be a preparation frame. It can be a video, something like that, or you can give a YouTube link, or you can give some references that the students can make such and such references before going into the content that I'm going to teach for this topic. Then presenting the topic. Whatever way presentations, you can integrate it. You can give your own lectures, or you can take the presentation to, and it is blended mode. You can give a time slot for a presentation if you want to blend synchronized mode with this one. So number of ways are there. Yes. Then practice frame, you can give some activities for them to complete, and that activity can be given as a group activity. If they are that group activity, you can do, because there are, suppose if you are working with this data analytics, okay, for Power BI, there is Power BI Pro, where workspace could be collaborated. So likewise, you can divide the students into different groups and ask them to perform a task. So likewise, you can have a number of ways, and then assessment there. And why I put this one parallelly is that after making this is for you can give a project or an assignment connecting different topics. After completing this is one subunit, you can complete 4 or 5 subunits, and you can give a assignment which spans the subunits like that. So this is how you can work with this content. So obviously, I'm not going into detail with this because it will take time. because we know that 5 frames I've showcased there. 5 frames I've showcased there. That frames should be learning outcome. Obviously, we know that what is OBE, and I think this is not a proper time to explain more about outcomes. So outcomes should be very and what is the outcome should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. The outcome should be customized according to what OBE emphasizes. So if I'm going to explain all these things, outcome, this is explicitly a full section. Outcome. What is outcome? How can we create an outcome? How can we put an action work? What is the what a number of things is there? So I'm not going into detail. Then preparatory frame. These are the 6 frames which we have included. Preparatory frame is that identify any prior knowledge or skill learner should have before engaging the content. This frame should ensure the students gather necessary prerequisite to learn the current topic. So not just showcasing the current topic, you should ensure that whether your student is having that much of prerequisite, because learning happens in a continuum. There is a process of chaining. The current knowledge will be connected to the previous knowledge. So ensure that the previous knowledge is there. So gather all necessary materials and resources. Learner will need to effectively engage with the content like that. So you can present it either in the form of some videos, or you can just present it in the form of a small test that they take for checking their prerequisite, or some you can share some content like that, and ensure that whether it's thumbs up in the sense whether you are right to take the current topic. And for the presentation frame, so in the presentation frame, you are presenting the current topic, which is the center of this subunit, isn't it? You are presenting each subunit or topic in each frames, isn't it? That is, the entire syllabus has been divided into different frames, and each frame is a subunit. So the content of that subunit should be presented. The structure the content in a logical, coherent manner. What is the logical, coherent manner? The subject of this subunit should be having a logical order. That is, it should be coming prior to, that is, according to the Bloom's taxonomy. According to the Bloom's taxonomy, the subunits has to be fragmented, and you should present the learning experiences in the lines of Bloom's taxonomy. That is why I've shown that Bloom's taxonomy is there. That is something very important. The structure the content in a logical and coherent manner, breaking it down into digestible chunks. So it is a right way that obviously we know that if you're creating that digital content, it is not if you're going and creating big videos about 1 hour. If it is a movie, okay, they will sit and so that is why they are creating just a small media content. So if you are creating a media content, don't make it as a big thing. You can make it as a 3-minute or 5 minutes, a small video that gives them this explanations or narrations or some real-time scenario or some small documentary type like that, which showcases about the content. So that should be put into small frames, and that will help the learner to get clarity on theory and concept. So this is how you're doing. So you can use videos, you can use sound files, you can share with them some pictures. So likewise, you can give a link to that. You can embed this YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos will be available. So likewise, you can have a lot of ways by which you can connect. This is nothing but a lesson activity. You can lesson activity. I think in the segment, I think Kuchumol will be that there is a class for this activity, which we call it as a lesson activity, where a small video will be fragmented into different components. After the video, they will be posing some questions. When the questions is rightly answered, you will be allowed to progress like that. So that can be a lesson activity. So likewise, we can have got a lot of activities and resources. You can select it from the LMS, or you can have third-party resources which could be integrated into the LMS, which makes your presentations is more better. And third one is a practice frame. Practice frame is that after presenting the content, you have to ensure that the students have learned. So this frame provides a number of activities and exercises to the learner to practice and apply what they have learned in the presentation phase. So teaching the content will not be complete in itself. It should be followed by some activities that you can give to the students so that they can apply what they have learned through that activities. So obviously, while teaching some topics, you are giving some problems. Problems are nothing but exercises. So it is not, it can be a problem, or more better, you can give some real-time activities. You can apply the principles of correlation, connecting it to the real life situations that this topic addresses. So that thing, because we have to develop such and such culture. So try to bring such a type of activities, or you can give an activities where different students could come together and working together like that. Because myself, we in Marine College normally our class schedule is from 8:30 to 1:30. So that will be the normal classroom, and in the afternoon sections they will be having many activities which has been given to the students. That is, either they will be working with some projects, or they will be working in the library, or they will be given some activities which they have to complete, or they'll be involved in club activities likewise. So there is many possibility where the students can interact so that they can make the learning more meaningful. And assessment, obviously, we can include many assessment. Their variety of assessments could be integrated. So according to the frame, after practicing, then you have to check to what extent that they have attained the competency in the topic that you've taught. That could be measured by means of an assessment, or you can give them an activity, which could be uploaded into the LMS, like an assignment, or any activities that you, or you can give them a poll, or you can share them a Padlet. It will also serve as an assessment. So you can bring that is you can bring different variety, that is that will because stimulus variation will boost their attention span. If you are just monotonously the same activities throughout the course content, that will not be like. You can try to integrate some possibility of novelty in each frames like that. So that could be made possible. And assessment is the assignment is that after completing multiple topics, you can give them an assignment connecting these topics. So it could be a wiki. Wiki means obviously that is you can ask the students to contribute what they have learned from this topic, and they can post it into a database or a wiki, or you can give them a capstone project connecting like that. So this should be the way by which this could be connected. And we have got a number of tools. We have got a number of tools by which you can integrate into this. You can use it in your LMS. Obviously, ChatGPT. Obviously, that the AI, the growth of AI has come up to the generative AI through the deep learning architecture, where you can communicate with this what you could say ChatGPT, where it gives you solutions. If you're doing a Google search, it will just give word search and give you reference to the different content where you can go and learn. But here it will be giving you solution, just like asking to a person like that. So you can ask the possibility of ChatGPT, Mentimeter, which I've shown it for making polls. You can use Padlet, Virtual World, Kahoot, Zora. Then you can generate slides. All these things are the API of all these things are from ChatGPT only, isn't it? You are transferring that your requirement into the ChatGPT through the inputs of this software, and the outputs that we get from ChatGPT will be showcased If it is slide, it will be presented into you in the form of slides. Then okay, this Excel, Google Classroom, then the plagiarism. If you are now we have got a very beautiful way of checking whether this is a copied content, whether it's a plagiarism, whether it is being copied directly from some sources of, so you can identify it from that plagiarism check content. So like that, all these things could be effectively integrated to make your digital learning a good experiences. So this is what I have meant for the pedagogical part. And also I've told that today we will be concluding our sections by owning an LMS by yourself. And owning an LMS by yourself. So before registering the thank you, let me go to this one where we are going to create an LMS. We are going to create an LMS. Don't go away. So this is what we are going to do here. Now we are going to the technical component. So I didn't go directly into the technical component because being teachers, we have to get this content as a digital pedagogy, not technology alone. We want it to be showcased as a digital content. That is why I've given that much of emphasis. And the key theme of this workshop is digital pedagogy. So we have to ensure the pedagogy, your pedagogical expertise in developing this content. So creation of this one. This is what we are going to do first. We will be creating a Moodle site. And tomorrow we'll be going to the rest of the activities. We'll be working on how to create users, how to enroll, create users in your, how will you permit the users to access your LMS, and then how to create a course. When you create a course, you can just keep into mind that we'll be creating the course not in a scrambled way. We'll be creating the course in which way, what in these frames. Then how to populate these courses. That is different videos, how to add videos into this. Then how to enroll the students into your courses, and how to connect them into the grade. So this is what we'll be doing from 2 to 5. We'll be doing. This is a technical component that we'll be doing tomorrow. And the first thing we'll be doing today, that is we will be creating a Moodle site. So for creating a Moodle site, you can, I perceive that you are in the other end. You can log into www.genomio.com. When this is what you can log into www.genomio.com. So this is the site, genomio.com. So take your Google Chrome. Take your Google Chrome. And then you can type GNOMIO, GNOMIO.com. So you will be getting this web page. So this web page is for creation of your LMS portal. So today we will be creating an LMS portal for yourself, and we will make it secure by changing the password. So this is what we are going to do hands-on now. So here you can enter your name. It should be between 2 to 32. I have already created a site, test LMS the site. You can enter your name. You can enter your name and some numbers. A name, don't need to add the full name, isn't it? Like that, a short suppose if your name is too big, it can be up to 2 to 32 lowercase or numbers. So you can add either it is my name is Sunil, so I can add Sunil or anything LMS or something like that. If it is not available, you can add some numbers also, Sunil 123 or something like that. And then you should enter your email ID. So the email ID which you are using, it should not be dormant, isn't it? The one which has been you are actively using that, because the credentials of your site will come to the email only. So you can enter your email address, and then you should tick here, I have read and agree the terms and conditions. If you want to read, you can go and read it. It's a big document. So you can tick it and then click create. So when you click create, then definitely there will be it will be shown that you have successfully created your website, and the credentials of entering into your website will come to your mail within 1 or 2 minutes. Sometimes if it is high traffic, it may take little time. And you should check that sometimes it happen that it will go to the spam folder. You should check your inbox. If it is not in the inbox, you can check the spam folder also. So you can do that. So you have entered you have logged into www.genomio.com. Then you can enter any name, and also you should write that name in any paper. That will be the name of your LMS portal, isn't it? And here you can give your email ID, and also you should tick this and create site. You will receive a mail with login credentials and URL. You will be getting a mail like this. So I will just show you the mail that I have received. So you will be receiving a mail like this. I got a mail like this. Your Moodle site. So here I have given LMS test 123, isn't it? In that space where you are asked to enter 2 to 32 character. I have entered LMS test 123. You can enter your name. So that will be your web address. That name .genomio. And they will be sending you username and password. So you can enter it into that site by this username and password. You can enter it into the site through that username and password. So let me enter it. LMS. So I have logged in. So when you log in, you will be directed into a page like this. You will be directed into a page like this. So this is nothing but this will be your LMS portal. So I would like to know whether you have got it successfully. You can let me check in the mail. you can just give it in. You will receive the mail. It may take some time. Did anyone get it, the mail? Please. Most of them didn't get. Did any one of them got the mail? Yes. Received. Many of them are getting that mail. So that mail, in that mail, there is the link. You should give. You can just take that URL. That it is the URL that you are sharing to the students. You can log in to your LMS through that URL. When you click that URL, you will be prompted to log in. And you can log in by giving admin will be the username and the password will be given in that mail. So for the first entry, you can enter your LMS with that password which is already given. You can enter into the LMS with the password which is already given. And after entering into that, you can change that because the password which this Moodle gives you, Genomia Moodle gives you is totally irregular. You will not be able to remember that. So you can make your own password and make sure that you write your password somewhere so that that will be secured for you. Otherwise, you should, if you forget it, then you have to go like forget password and go and change it, isn't it? So those who have not got it, don't get upset. The thing is that sometimes it may take time, isn't it? It may come after. It took 10 minutes for me to receive that mail. Sometimes it will happen that the mail may come in the spam folder. So you have to check that spam folder also. That is why today you have got 24 hours by which you will be getting that mail. If it is not that, you can redo it and get it. So tomorrow only we will be going. Tomorrow will be a technical section. I will just show you how to add video, how to add a video from YouTube, how to add a video from this, how to upload this notes. Likewise, customizations only. So today I've just given you some hints on pedagogy. So I will show you here. So once you enter into this Moodle, you will be directed into a space like this. So in the top, there is a home is there. Then there is a ribbon dashboard. This is the dashboard where if you are including, okay, then these are the courses which you have made. I have just created a small courses, just only created. I didn't introduce the content. Tomorrow we will be creating a course. Then site administration. Site administration is there. And the thing is that this is free for you. And you'll be thinking why it is free. The revenue model of Genomio is that there will be a lot of advertisement which will be coming into your this. So their revenue model is nobody will give you anything free of cost. So their revenue model is that they will be putting advertisement into your LMS. And if you want to get rid of these advertisements, you have to purchase this. If you are using it for free, you can use it according to your disposal. The thing is that every page you click, there will be an advertisement coming up. And that advertisements, if it is anything which is not up to your ethical standard, you can comment it. Sometimes it may not come, but still advertisement will be there. So if you want to make it a professional one, you have to purchase. Otherwise, you can do it even without purchase. The thing is that you have to bear with these advertisements. So now you have got a mail, you have got that LMS, that URL you have to write down. Clicking that URL, you will be giving authentication like username and password. You will be authenticating your username and password. And then first thing that you have to do is that you can change the password. If you want to change the password, you can see the top right side, isn't it there? Not that edit mode. Here you can click down, drop down. What I've done this is that you have entered your LMS, and the greater thing is that this LMS is your own, isn't it? You have become the owner of your own portal, and now you are going to create a course in that particular portal. And while creating that portal, all these things which I've told, digital pedagogy should come into your mind. Then it will make a very good one. You'll stand out, isn't it? So you can make any number of courses, isn't it? Not a single courses, multiple courses. And you can, now we know that according to the degree programs, any student can enroll anywhere and get credits from there. So you can create your own signature courses. So this will be a practice for you of how to work with. So now what we are going to do is that we have to make it secure. You have to change the password, right? So here there is one preference. You click that preference. There you could see user account. There you could see user account. In that user account, password. Change password. There you can enter the current password. Current password is that password which you got it from Genome or Moodle. That one. You can copy it, paste it, and then you can enter your own password here. So while entering the password, there is a specification. That is, at least there should be 8 characters. I repeat, at least there should be 8 characters. Out of it, there should be at least one uppercase character. One uppercase character. At least one lowercase character. That is, if you're writing, if my name is Zunil, if I'm giving it as a password, then I have to write one capital letter. So I may not be writing S capital letter. At least one small letter. So SU, I will be writing small letter. Okay. If you want to write full name, SUNIL or whatever, maybe like that. So one capital letter, one small letter, one special character. One special character. You can put at the rate is a special character, or as this at the rate, asterisk, or hash, any special character according to this, and at least one numerical value. So your password should be a combination of capital letters, small letters, special character, and numerical, with a minimum of 8 characters. And once you have taken the character, obviously new password, and new password again, save change. Okay, because I have already changed my password, because the password which has been given by the Moodle will be very regular, and sometimes it may be difficult to remember it. So the first thing is that you make it your own password. So now what we have done is that we have created a site. Now we own a site, and we have now changed the password and secured it. So I think we have done with our agenda. We have gone through the digital pedagogy. We have created the site. We have locked the site, kept the lock in our pocket. In the sense, don't forget that password. Otherwise, you have to go and redo. And in the next class, we will be going more technical. In the sense, we will be showing you how to showcase the different activities and resources into your LMS, so that it will become very good. So I think for today's, I think we have completed the today's segment. So that is all for today. So I think we can conclude this segment today. And if you have any queries, the platform is open. I'm giving it to our moderator. Sijan, to you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Sunil, sir. Thank you for that interesting session. There are some questions in the chat. Would you like to take it?
Oh, obviously.
they're having some trouble with Moodle.
No issues. I told you that why I have taken. If I'm starting with the Moodle first tomorrow and going with the configurations, you will be having the same issues. So now you have got 24 hours ahead. The thing is that go into that. I've given you genomio.com, and there you can create a site. The credentials will reach your mail ID, and with that credentials you can log into this portal in the sense your own portal, and then you can change the password. So you can do that. If adlock if your adlock is there, then you will not be able to use it correctly. So you should free that adlock, then only you can work in a free environment. Because their revenue is advertisement. If you are locking that advertisement, you will not be able to use their services. So you have to clear that ad lock, then only you will be able to access it. Or if you don't want ad, you have to purchase that. Okay, Ramaswamy, yeah, you have given, you can collaborate your expertise. That's what we need. And that is what important in learning also. We have collaborate. Ramaswamy is good. Thank you. Click that, then remove ad lock. Then only you can interact.
The details are also there in the LMS, in the DQ Learning LMS.
Yeah,
which we have given you.
obviously you have purchased that LMS. We have got our LMS also, so so that is a double learning. You have got some content showcase there.
We will have the class tomorrow as well on Moodle. This will be taken by Dr. Sunil Job tomorrow as well.
So don't worry, you have got 24
Yeah.
hours, and if it didn't work, you can create one more site. There is no problem. After 30 days, if you are not using the site, the Genomio will squash it. So you want to, if you are entering any number of sites within 30 days, if you're not using it, that will be squashed. You have to redo it. So no worry. If you're not getting it, try it again. So 24 hours is there. Come with this site, and tomorrow will be more interesting. We will be working together. I'll be sharing our raw materials to you through the Google Drive, and we can work together, and we can really, I would say that not learning, we can celebrate it. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Let's have a pleasant evening. We shall meet tomorrow.
Yeah, Dr. Sunil sir, I think we will end for today, and
Okay.
we will see. We will continue tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you all for joining us. We will continue with the Moodle site creation tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. Have a pleasant evening.